Hey, Drunk fans. This is the Underwhelming show. We're here to stumble upon our show. We're very happy to have you. Found this on podcast platforms. We'll be sorely disappointed in entertainment. However, the video will be uploaded to Facebook. Remember, this show contains content. Have fun. Stay safe. Stay drunk. Stay underwhelming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Episode 19 of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 2, presented to you by the Woolen Comedy Club. I am, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming. Tonight, I am live with GW Foley. Collen, Doyle may be stopping in, and our guest may be just dropping by randomly later. We'll see how it goes. We got a whole lot to get into. Even though it's just two of us, we got a lot to talk about this week. Let's get it.
Show me your tits. This is a weird show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 2. It's episode 19 with GW Foley and Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming. Thank you for joining us. We got a lot to get into. Tonight we're going to talk about Americans having to get a job because unemployment's ending. We're going to talk about a local news highlight where some state troopers were doing some illegal shit. We're going to talk about college kids being college kids. We're going to talk about the creators of South Park doing something kind of cool. We're going to talk about Joe Rogan, his dilemma, and what we would give him for legal advice for legal advisors, but we're not doctors, so don't take any advice from us. We're just a couple comics who like to drink on Wednesdays. Anyways, welcome to our spotlight stage. A friend who's always here for me, my comrade. Please welcome Mr. GW Foley.
What is up, motherfuckers? Wednesday night!
Woo!
Yes! Oh!
Wednesday.
Gangster and yellow, baby. Black and yellow. Or however that song goes. I'm not quite sure. I like how my ears like folded down like I'm doing something weird. Yes, it's time. I got my alert on my app to watch the phone. I'm doing good. I'm living life. I'm constantly freaking out right now, and I know we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but somebody's unemployment ran out. Ooh. So I'm desperately looking for a job now. I still have standards, though, which is I need to realize that I'm not going to get my dream job, or at least not yet. And I'm going to have to suck it up and get something really shitty and bear with it for a little while. But I don't want to. I want to live in a perfect world where like everything works out perfectly for me. And it's not doing that. So, oh well, fuck that shit. The other fun thing going on with me is I'm trying to quit smoking, which is a dick of a thing to do. I don't know if you know this, but I love smoking. It is a fantastic habit. It has helped me lose weight, and it keeps my stress nerves down. You know, I could be really stressed out and then have a cigarette and be cool as a cucumber. People are giving me tons of smoking quitting advice, which is really fucking obnoxious. I love the people that tell me, oh yeah, just chew some gum. Chewing some gum is going to be fine. That's all you need to do. It's like, no, unless that gum has fucking nicotine and sucks my dick for me, there's no way that gum is going to help me calm my nerves. If anything, it's just going to ramp it back up where it's just like, yeah. What else is going on? School started. So perfect time to quit smoking, right? Yeah, because school isn't stressful. The one thing you will notice during the show, I do have a vaporizer that I'm trying. and I've noticed now that I will just sit there and just suck on it like it's a big robotic penis, and just like, oh yes, give me that nicotine, baby. Oh, who's my daddy? You are, which is weird. I never thought I'd be in a homosexual relationship with a piece of metal battery, but I am now, and I am the bottom. I am its bitch. I will let it put it in my ass and shoot a big nasty load. That is how much I love it. I would much rather just go back to smoking cigarettes, honestly. But it's bad for me, apparently. And my doctor said I should quit, so I'm trying to. And my mother-in-law said I should quit. And my wife is like, yeah, we can quit together. And if our relationship is strong enough to quit cigarettes together, I think that we'll last forever. Like, nothing can stop us. Here's the thing with like quitting cigarettes. Like, people, like, we're trying to do the tapered down method, and when people fight who smoke, they will often walk away to have a cigarette after they're done fighting, to calm down and to get their head back together and to become more of a person. The problem with quitting smoking using the taper method is that you will often pick fights with your significant other who is also quitting with you just in order to have a cigarette. So it's like a dual-edged sword where on one hand, you'll do anything to suck that fucking tobacco cock. Like literally anything. But on the other hand, the person you're with has feelings. So I want to preemptively apologize to Jess and let her know that it's nothing personal. I just want a fucking cigarette. I think she can understand that because she's going through the same thing as I am. And let's hope that she does. If not, she's going to divorce my ass and take half of nothing. So, well, that's the fuck thing right now. Like, I don't got shit to my name. So, yeah, fucking take half of... Oh, you want half of my comic books? What are you going to do with them? Burn them? Okay, who? All my good stuff is hidden. You don't know where that is. I guess you could take half of my bass guitars, which would really suck. Just because that those are my babies. And let's see, what else? Half of my art supplies. Ooh. Here, have some markers. That you get all the cool ones like turquoise and mauve. Maybe a mauve taupe. Of course, then we're gonna have to cut the dog in half, which
I'll be over.
Yeah.
Hickory's next trick. Poor
Why'd you bring a chainsaw? I thought this was supposed to be blades. But no, so far things are going well with the no smoking. I'm waiting for the first big hurdle to happen where like I completely freak out and cry, which I will admit I can cry. I'm a man. We have emotions. And I will cry at the drop of a hat because I'm a giant pussy. Let's see what else. My car is a piece of shit. So that's really been helping the smoking thing. You know, I shouldn't say it's a piece of shit. It needs work to be done, and I don't know how to do it. And that is the part that bugs me. Like, I wish I knew, but I don't. So I have to take the advice of people that I'm paying to do it, and hopefully they're doing it right. And apparently they don't want to fix my problem, so I have to go somewhere else. Like, how big of an issue is it that when they're like, yeah, this is what you need done, but that's going to be like 15 hours, and we don't do that here. We do small jobs. Think that's a big job, and that's going to cost a lot of money. So you're out of luck. Fucking sucks. One cool thing I did, I went to the Keene Music Festival in Keene, New Hampshire this weekend, and I learned that flammable and inflammable mean the same thing. No, that's not true. I saw my friend's band play, and it was weird because they play like once every other year. Like it's very rare that they play, but they do. And it's always at the Keene Music Fest. So I'm constantly going there to see my friend's band play. And it's fun. It's like a big reunion. I see a whole bunch of people from high school that I was like, oh, yeah, I knew you. I never talked to you, but yeah, there you are. That's awesome. And then I hung out with my friend and his girlfriend all week or all afternoon. And it was weird because I was under the influence, which not weird in the fact that I'm never under the influence, but it's weird being under the influence in a state that doesn't really care for the way you're under the influence. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's fun walking around staring at cops going, oh, I got to act normal right now. Hold on. Because they will arrest the shit out of me. They do not give a fuck. But yeah, that's about it. And let's turn it back over to Hickory and let's get some magic all up in here.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, sir. It's good to see you as always.
Good to be here.
Collen might hop in. Mike might hop in later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm going to try this. I haven't set up the second desk yet, so eventually we'll have a little performance station. It's going to be awesome, but I'm going to do it seated from here. Basically, we're going to go, and I'm just going to show, a normal deck of cards, nothing set up. But the cool thing about this trick is that I've prepared a couple cards ahead of time. We have 2 kings and a card in between. And the funny part about this card in between is it doesn't exist, which it doesn't exist yet. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to comprehend, but you'll understand soon enough. So as we begin, I'm going to just like go down and then the top half somewhere about there. Just going to put the 2 face up kings. And just so you can see that I did nothing funny, right? They're right there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to discard the top half. See, so I can. You saw him go by. Okay. So we're going to go into the bottom part of this deck. And G-Dubs, I'm just going to have you name one of the cards that you see that you like.
Queen of Hearts.
Okay, she's right. Oh, it's really hard. Like, and figure out which way I'm going because the camera's either mirrored or it's not, and I can't figure out which one is better. Anyways, so a Queen of Hearts, and we're gonna put a signature on there. Obviously, it's not going to be mine, and it's not going to be GW's because that wouldn't be fair to anybody watching. We could have worked out something in advance. So instead, we're going to ask GW to just come up with a random name.
Mark Twain.
There we go. A man who once said history does not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. I think that might be my... You can see that, right? We got Mark Twain on there. Excellent. Groovy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take it and place it into the middle of that bottom pack. And we're going to give the bottom pack a little shuffle. Like that. Okay. And now I'm going to take that top pack back up, because we were just playing with the bottom half earlier. And you'll find in the top half, there's still a king. And the king. Oh, that is the king. There we go. Like that. And now I said in the very beginning that before I started this, that this card did not exist. And I very specifically said it did not exist yet. Mostly because the card you saw earlier between the two kings was GW's signed Queen of Hearts with Mark Twain on it. So that's a cool little piece that I thought I would share with you tonight, G-Dubs. I hope you enjoyed it.
It's fucking amazing, dude.
Thank you. I thought that would be fun. What would be more magic is if Collen shows up. But my friends, it's the drawing part. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Oh, I forgot to put up the one. We got sad AOC in the house because Collen's not here. It's sad, but you know,
it's okay. It's all right.
If she does enough of that in California, maybe they won't have wildfires.
Can you use salt water to put out a fire? Well, yeah, obviously. Never mind. We still have the same reaction.
Yeah, I don't think. Although pure sodium would be reactive, I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure pure sodium's pretty gnarly, but obviously that's not salt water.
I use salt to put out fires. So
we got a comment in on YouTube from T Young Reacts. Thank you for writing in. He said, "Hey man, I just found your channel the other day and you cracked me up." Well, thanks T Young, we appreciate it. Thanks for dropping by.
Check out the show.
Thank you. It's always cool to see new viewers dropping by the show, as well as the regulars. Jason, we hope you're out there. Nick, we hope you're doing well. Collen might be a regular viewer at this point. We're gonna move right into our first subject tonight. We're not going to start talking about jabs. We're going to start talking about jobs. How the drunk is this news? It's time to get a job. Now, this may have been a little insensitive to make this comment, but unemployment's ending. A lot of people are going to be out of work, and Ted Cruz told millions of Americans who lost their unemployment benefits on Labor Day to get a job. G-Dubs, did you laugh or were you upset?
Well, Ted Cruz is a bitch anyway, so
I won't hate. I won't disagree.
Like, it's like the kid who is a fucking loser in high school tries to get a burn on you, and you're just like, "Shut up, bitch!" You got me. Oh no, Ted Cruz told me to get a job. I don't know. Don't go to Cancun during the wintertime, fag.
Exactly. That's how I'm feeling all the time. Even with politicians I agree with sometimes, like they're just all garbage at this point. It's sad. But so in the article they say Ted Cruz tweeted, get a job in response to the news federal unemployment benefits had expired. This number is crazy to me. An estimated 7.5 million were affected by the end of the 3 federal pandemic aid programs. Cruz's tweet shared an article titled "Jobless Americans Have Few Options as Benefits Expire." He said, get a job. There are millions of vacancies, and small businesses across the nation are desperate for workers. I didn't pull it up, but I saw in the recent jobs report there's like 10.5 million open jobs in the country.
Yeah. Well, see,
the issue is that none of them are all that good.
Yeah.
And we have a entry-level workforce that thinks they deserve to be manager on their first day.
I am not entry level.
Oh, no. I wasn't.
And I know you're not talking about me.
Yeah.
But I am not entry level. So even like the entry level jobs won't fucking touch me. because they know as soon as I find a real job,
You're done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So they're not going to go through training me, and the ones that do want to touch me to put me through miserable conditions are gonna suck. Like, there are certain entry level jobs that aren't bad, but the ones that would hire me regardless, like they're awful to work for.
Yeah. It's like pretty much fast food
Yep.
or grocery work, restaurants, all the service stuff that the upper class takes for granted are no longer able to function properly. And it's hysterical to see people get upset. People get upset that availability isn't what it used to be, or things are just really expensive. And you're like, lady, I'm waiting a month and a half for a fucking to get a washer and a dryer that I have the cash for. And I have to wait a month and a half to get it because they're like that behind.
Yeah.
I don't care about the price of lobster. Like, I just don't care. Like, that's not a concern in my life. I'm sorry. I know I'm the guy that should care about the price of lobster, but quite frankly, it's been a year and a half and I've run out of fucks.
The fucks have gone.
Yes. I went to the fuck store, but they were runneth dry.
We're only like 3 months away to 2022. Like,
isn't it crazy? It's September 8th already.
Yeah. Like we're very close to March 2022. And things aren't getting any better. We're still under the Drunken Quarantine Show.
That's true.
Like, we should have changed our name by now, right? Like 15 days to pass the spread.
I should look that up to see how many days it's been since then. But I think we ended up making the right call and not changing the name of the show, even though it was pure laziness that we didn't. But it seems like, we can keep it for a little while.
Oh, and I'm telling you, we're going to go into quarantine again.
Probably. I would agree. It's almost inevitable. We're at the point right now where we're debating on whether we make Halloween costumes or not. Like, do we bother putting time and effort into a holiday that we love, or are we not going to be able to show off our costumes? Because I don't know, it's fun building stuff just to build stuff. But if I'm just going to share a couple photos of it online, that's not cool. I want to go to a party and experience the character with people.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, who knows, man? It's COVID-20. Maybe it might just be the COVID-20s by the end of this whole thing.
Oh yeah. Come 2030.
You had the roaring 20s on a century ago, and now we got the COVID-20. Hopefully we have roaring 30s. It'll be
Well, hopefully the 30s go better than the last year, or the last time we had the 30s.
Yeah, that's true. I want to say it can't get much worse, but I don't see any much getting better.
I'd pump the brakes on that one. So let's go back to talking about Ted Cruz as being a cunt.
Yeah. Get a job.
Yeah.
Which is what most of these politicians should be doing, because they suck and they don't do theirs. I'd like to see any of them run a business. That would be great. Like, maybe get some business leaders in there. I don't know. Yeah. But who knows? The last time we did that, they said he was bad. ABC News article that Cruz retweeted critiqued and reported the relief efforts to allow Americans who lost jobs during the coronavirus pandemic to afford essentials like food, gas, rent, and enabled them to pay their bills. The end of the pandemic unemployment benefits will be an abrupt jolt to millions of Americans who won't find a job in time for this arbitrary end to assistance. Andrew Stetner said, a senior fellow at the left-leaning think tank, the Century Foundation, told ABC News. They estimate that 7.5 million Americans would lose their unemployment benefits over the weekend. Many Americans have been left in the lurch with their benefits expiring, said CNN. The news outlet interviewed a Detroit optician named April Stokes, who said she had received $1,152 in unemployment benefits every 2 weeks, but no longer would. So to be clear, this woman's an optician. Is there not a need for opticians right now?
I know, right?
I'm just gonna say this is not someone who needs to go work at McDonald's. Like this person could have I feel like she could have a job that pays more than $1,000 a week pretty easily. But she says the government is not leaving us with any options. She told CNN there are a lot of single moms out there that are really panicking right now and don't know what to do. Which I agree, but on the flip side, it's not like and I hate to say this because I feel mean when I say things like that, but like we've had plenty of time to prepare for this, right? I mean,
Yeah.
people knew it was ending. Like, and I mean,
here's the thing about those single moms. You know what they should do? OnlyFans.
That's true because I'm pretty sure they reversed their decision, right?
Well, yeah. Apparently, you can't like show penetration, so it's like Playboy rules.
Okay, that's enough for some to spend money, I guess. I don't know why you would when the real good stuff's on Reddit for free, but okay.
Yeah. That was my big thing about OnlyFans anyways. It's like I see them advertising on Reddit and I'm just like, why? Like, I know a girl who's twice as nasty that does it for free.
Yeah,
I can't see her face, but that's better for the imagination.
Yeah, who cares? She's got a mask on. I'm living up the nurse fantasy while this is going on. That's more than enough for me. We're going to move right into the next one, though. Local news highlight: state troopers faking vaccination cards. This story made me laugh and cringe, and I had a plethora of emotions where I was like confused, and I laughed, and I was angry, and I was happy, and I was sad. Like it kind of took me through it because it's so ridiculous. Like especially in Vermont, because like I've never once been asked for it or anything like that anywhere.
No,
and I'm just like, wait, why are you? And unless this was like an early warning, like they knew it was coming, and they were like, we need to get out ahead of this. I guess that's the only plausible situation that would have pushed me to do this. But yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Or were they planning on going somewhere like New York City for the weekend?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good point. Yeah, WCAX reports, good old hometown news station for us up here in Vermont. 3 Vermont troopers resign in connection with fake COVID vaccination card scheme. They say Waterbury, Vermont, WCX, 3 Vermont state troopers have resigned in connection with a fake COVID vaccination card scheme. So not just 3 fake cards, a scheme. The Vermont State Police say Sean Summers and Raymond Witkowski submitted the resignations on August 10th after another trooper raised concerns about their conduct. David Findell, Findell. I almost said Pfizer. I've been reading that so much lately. Findell resigned effective September 3rd after an investigation by the Vermont Department of Public Safety. The 3 former troopers suspected of having participated in the creation of fraudulent COVID-19 vaccination cards, which might be a violation of federal law. The FBI is investigating. So I have read, and I don't know if this is true, that the issue with faking a vaccine card is that it's illegal to reproduce the logos of the U.S. like the government seals on the card, and that's how they're getting people on it. It's like because there's no, I don't know if there's a law against faking a vaccine immunization card. Maybe, I don't know.
I could see a rule being against, like, is the shit copyright written?
The logos definitely are. Yeah, the U.S. government definitely has copyrights on their. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like print out the White House logo on stuff all willy nilly. Like that's
wow. WhiteHouse.com has something different to say about it.
Oh, I forgot about that. Is that still a porn site?
I don't. Hold on. Let me find out.
We're about to. This is live. Oh, I'll pull you up big. Hold on. This is GW Foley. Oh, wrong one. GW Foley live. Getting a virus.
No, it's not. Free election betting site.
Oh, huh. That's funny. I remember that was like a raunchy porn site when I was a kid.
Yeah, that made going to the school library worth it. Oh, that was
But
a big tease.
that makes sense though, that somebody would have figured out that they could have used it to make some money. Because it had a reputation anyways, and people go back there to check it out, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, presidential betting? That sounds like fun.
Put $5 on the drunk white guy.
This sounds way easier than faking your vaccination cards if you're a state trooper. In a statement, Colonel Matthew Birmingham, the director of the Vermont State Police, said the accusations involved for extraordinary level of misconduct, and he could not be more upset or disappointed. Yeah. If these allegations are proved to be true, it is reprehensible that state troopers would manipulate vaccination cards in the midst of a pandemic. While being vaccinated is one of the most important steps anyone can take to keep their community safe from COVID-19, Birmingham said. I am embarrassed that this situation has occurred, and now that it has tarnished the reputation of the Vermont State Police. Public Safety Commissioner Michael Schrilling said, based on an initial Schrilling.
Shrilling.
I'm
thinking Schwing.
Based on initial internal review, we do not believe there's anything more that the state police could have done to prevent this from occurring. As soon as other troopers became aware of this situation, they raised allegations internally, and the commanders took swift and decisive action to hold these individuals accountable and report this matter to federal authorities. Due to the ongoing FBI investigation, state police say they were unable to release information about the probe until Tuesday. They say they will also not be able to comment further because of the ongoing probe. Yeah, what a shit show.
Way to get the FBI involved. Like, what a dick move. They couldn't just let them go. They just like, oh, no, we're getting the feds involved. I
also just want to make a comment, like, how do we have... It was the three ugliest cops, right? Like this is as bad as it gets, right? Like we're not.
No.
Okay.
No. They're. I have seen much worse. Like the one in the middle looks like he could be a skinhead.
I was gonna say he looks like a Russian mafia member or something. He's got that look about him. He's like, I was going to say his like name might be Dmitri, and then like the guy on the right is like the leader.
Yes.
They're like Russian-American organization. And then the guy on the left is real life Joe Swanson with, he's the CEO of Jawline apparently. I don't know if he's been biting one of those rubber things or what, but that guy's fucking jawline is jacked. It's a lot of growth hormone right there.
The only thing I can think of, they look like they belong to some neo-Nazi organization. Like if they didn't have the badges, I'd be like, oh yeah, they're skinnies.
Yeah, they're missing a chick though. Like every good skinhead group needs a chick that just has like just the bangs or something.
Yeah, the bangs and the sides.
Oh yeah. Because just the bangs could be, progressive or.
Well, yeah. with the side, the side thing always confused me because I was always wondering, like, it looks like they're trying to be Orthodox Jews.
Sorry. I just pulled up the wife's conversation. She said, watch out. They might be recruiting as hitmen after this job. Okay. Point taken, honey.
Like they watched the show.
Well, it's not. I mean, they are wasting a lot of money. I assume they're paying people to watch something.
True.
Oh, she said, beautiful assistant says it's because the girls don't get caught. That's we'll move right into the next one though, in case those. I'm just glad that this was weeded out. What a shit show. Anyways, the return to normalcy begins. College students are starting to act like college students. And the second part, staffers did what? Yeah, we're going to talk politics right in the center of the show.
Yay.
I saw this the other day, and I saw it from a guy who watched a very right-wing but really funny show. And I thought he was just joking around when he said this until I found the article myself. But yeah, it's from the Daily Caller editorial. College football fans shout "fuck Joe Biden" multiple different games. This happened like 3 or 4 stadiums, and yeah, there's video. This is not a And they did the clap thing. It was like the Boston, like the Let's Go Boston
Fuck
style.
Joe Biden. Fuck
Yep.
Joe Biden.
And I was like, this is kind of a return to normalcy. Who has free time now, beautiful assistant? The college kids?
Cops.
Oh, the cops do. Well, they're under investigation, so I'd like to think they're not going to show up at my house. But if they're anything like the New York police, they aren't able to hit the broadside of a barn anyways.
Oh, that's not true. You could be a black guy and they'll shoot the shit out of you.
No, that's true. Can you hear that thunder in the background? It is fierce out there.
Yeah, it's finally passed over. This is, ladies and gentlemen, we are both in Vermont, but we are like 30 minutes away from each other.
And we are living through a thunderstorm on the show. It went over GW earlier. It's going over me now. What a night. Oh, the cops. The cops have the free time. Of course they do. But maybe they were at the sports game. Anyways, and Twitter videos posted online by Old Rose Sports from several different Week 1 games around the country. Fans broke into a "Fuck Joe Biden" chant. Think I'm kidding? During at least 4 major mashups, including 2 SEC games, fans sounded off with the chant. Check out the videos below. Hey, why not?
Oh no sound.
Yeah, it's not like 2 or 3 people. Yep, there's another one. Oh, here's another one. Oh, they went with a different pattern though. I want to say I like the first one more.
I was gonna say I'm glad you can hear it. I can't.
Oh, I forgot to. I'm sorry about that.
Way to go! Way to ruin it for me. Now start at the beginning.
Okay. So, more than a few people there. So that was that one. This is the third one. So they both of the initial went with the clap. Third one. Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
See, that one's just awful.
Yeah, it doesn't have the cadence, it doesn't carry much weight to it. I gotta say, we'll see how the fourth one went here. Fuck Joe Biden! There we go. We're back with the clap. So yeah, this was that was Carolina. This one was Virginia Tech. This one was Auburn, and the first one was at
Texas A&M.
Okay. God, I'm glad someone around here knows sports because I certainly don't.
I don't ask. I don't know sports. I just happen to know who the Aggies are.
Okay. Well, you know more about sports than I do. I think there was more.
College football.
Oh, no, I don't want to get copyright strike. I'll stop that one. Jason comments in. He says, "Fuck Joe Biden," and GW and I say,
I love this. I love this. Finally, something the leftists and the conservatives can agree upon. Fuck Joe Biden.
I agree. I was gonna, like, as I said in the starting title, it's just nice to see college kids act like college kids for once, and not all be like. And I feel bad. I feel like I'm just trying to, like, this entire episode, I'm just trying to talk shit about you, GW, because you're a college kid too, but not really a college kid. You're a college
That's why
adult,
you have me by myself on here, so I can at least defend myself.
It's the roasted GW Foley. No, I was going to say that, like, it's nice to see college kids not be soft and crying about their safe spaces and just out there in a football stadium shouting their feelings about our management, which is what college kids used to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was back before Rage Against the Machine became Rage on Behalf of the Machine. It's nice to see some of that piss and vinegar back in our youngins. The second side of this, the Joe Biden centerpiece, was the White House staffers mute or turn off TV of Biden when speaking to reporters out of fear that he'll gaffe or veer off message. This was, shocking that somebody admitted it. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing doesn't really surprise me that it's going on. The fact that, like, people admitted this to reporters is what I thought was crazy. What did you think, G-Dubs? Were you surprised?
I would have figured that they would have turned it into a drinking game.
Maybe.
Like, just get sloshed every time he fucking says something. Like,
it'd be a rough one too.
Oh yeah, but it's the president we deserve, not the one we need, but we deserve.
Yep. We got ourselves here. That's for sure. We sure did, or we let some people get us here. That's for sure. They said some White House staffers mute or turn off their TVs when Biden talks to reporters, according to Politico. Gino's Politico right-leaning? I can't remember.
They're more left than anything else.
Okay, that's what I thought, which is why it's surprising that this is being reported. And I just wanted to check. It's not like this was the Gateway Pundit or the Daily Caller or something that I pulled up. This is an article from Business Insider reporting on something Politico reported, because this is a better article, to be honest.
Well, and not to be conspiratory when I say this, but why now are they saying this? Like, I
got an idea. Or 25.
Well, yeah, exactly. But this is also backlash for the Afghan pullout.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they're...
It's just crazy, because it's like only a sixth crisis we're dealing with. I mean...
Yeah.
We got, there's a border one. There's a gas crisis. There's an employment one. There's a supply chain computer chip crisis, which I'm not saying these are all the fault of the administration or anything, but they're all going on. We're also got multiple, the Afghanistan crisis. Cuba is in crisis and we're not helping. Not to mention there's a ton of other shit going on right now that I can't keep track, man. That and the job reports are not good. The numbers have been pretty bad lately. It's not looking great. But why is this coming out now? I think it's probably, it might be time for to make way for Kamala. Let's see.
By the way, even if you hate Biden, this is the same thing, the same issue with Trump. And I will say the same thing that I said about Trump. If you think this guy's bad, wait until the vice president takes over, and then you are fucked.
Top cop. Staffers due out of fear so that Biden will veer off course or commit a verbal gaffe. I know people who habitually don't watch it live for that reason, one White House official said. White House staffers have taken to muting the televisions or turning it off altogether when President Joe Biden speaks to reporters. Yep, that's what you said earlier, Politico reports. I know people who habitually don't watch it, and they say the same thing over, because Biden, a self-proclaimed gaffe machine, has tripped over his words and put his foot in his mouth many times over his lengthy political career, including as Barack Obama's running mate and the Democratic presidential nominee in 2020 that we didn't report too much on for some reason. Biden's stumbles have ranged from describing Obama, that was one of my favorites, as articulate and bright and clean in 2007, when he got ahead of then president by coming out in favor of legalizing same-sex marriage before him. And in his 2020 campaign, he frequently mixed up places within the U.S. and even said, dude, that's not even the worst quote, poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids, and we choose facts over truth. He also said, if you don't know who to vote for, you ain't black.
Yeah.
He also can't remember where he grew up or what his father did or any other things. This year, Biden misspoke in saying he'd come to the Senate 120 years ago. This is a Business Insider reporting guide. This is not me editorializing anymore. This year, Biden misspoke in saying he'd come to the Senate 120 years ago. more recently claimed that 90% of Americans who want to leave Afghanistan had gotten out, with the White House later clarifying that the figure was 98%, which doesn't seem like as bad a gaffe as the other ones, considering it was positive, not negative.
Yeah.
Biden's verbal stumbles, especially those related to Afghanistan, are coming under particular scrutiny as his administration faces multiple converging foreign and domestic crises. Somebody finally admitting it. Contending with the first-year slump that's befallen many administrations before. Biden had his roughest month yet in August between the U.S.'s chaotic military withdrawal from Afghanistan, surging COVID-19 cases driven by the Delta variant, natural disasters like hurricanes and wildfires, and a disappointing August jobs report. Some staffers urging Biden to take fewer questions and speeches and public appearances altogether, Politico reported. And this one killed me. I don't know if you saw a clip of this, but indeed, Biden said, "I'm not supposed to take any questions, but go ahead." After an August 29th public appearance at Federal Emergency Management Agency headquarters where he spoke about hurricanes. Oh, okay, we got a comment in on YouTube.
Up, Sean?
Sean, welcome. Thank you for joining. We got a good one here. He says, since I'm the only one watching on YouTube, there's people watching on other platforms, but since I'm the only one watching, I thought I would point out that we're currently engaged in a giant grasshopper hunt. Everyone look over there while the powers to be rob the store. That's a fucking great point, Sean. Thank you for pointing that out. That's true. And well said. But yeah, it makes me interested why this is coming out right now. We are, talking about random stories and not anything real that's going on.
Yeah.
But not just us. We're just a couple comics joking about stuff. Don't take us too seriously. And the real question is, why is the mainstream media not covering this thing better? Oh, because they suck. And independent journalists are getting banned left and right. So it's sad that a couple of the best journalists out there are actually comedians who converted.
It's sad that we actually have fucking opinions on this shit. And the fact that people are watching and paying attention to us, which is fucking amazing. By the way, hi, Sean. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. We appreciate it, sir.
Yes. And you're not the only ones. There's others out there. But, wow, that was really loud. Sorry. I don't know if the drink mixing picked up on the microphone, but.
Yeah, it was a little loud. That was fun.
My bad. Yeah, it's.
Oh, Sean comment back. He says, hell yeah. I have no problem visiting your humble abode. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it, man. That's cool.
This drink for you.
Cheers. We are the Drunken Under Quarantine show. We can't help ourselves.
Yeah, I'm shit-faced.
That's right. You got anything left to complain, or I think we're gonna move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's fucking move on. Fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah. I had the drink in my hand. I didn't get the time.
Sorry.
We'll have to record ourselves saying it sometimes. So we have a clip that we can just play at any time of just like a bunch of people doing it.
Yes.
That would be fun. Yeah. Okay, the next one we're gonna move right into. Trey Parker and Matt Stone buy Casa Bonita. When do we get a real Tegrity farm? This was a story that happened 3 or 4 weeks ago, and to be honest, I didn't realize that it happened. G-Dubs, you said you saw this one, right?
Oh yeah. No, I was really pumped by it.
Which is a heartwarming tale.
Yeah.
Because these are a couple of my childhood heroes, to be honest. I mean, anybody who's like, fuck it, we're going to the Oscars on acid. Yeah, you're a friend of Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming.
And wearing dresses.
That's right. And thank you for all the work you did on that puppet movie. I watched a documentary on Team America recently, and like, fuck, dude, like those boys did work. Like it was way not at all what they were expecting when they went into it, and god damn it, they pulled it off, and that movie's great. But it's probably the last good puppet movie we'll ever see in our lifetime. It'll all be CGI from here on out.
You never know. They might make it. No, I doubt it.
No. They both said that they will not ever make if they do, it will not be them making it. They'll just write it or something. They've been very clear about the fact that they're not doing Team America again. After all the fucketry with the puppetry. Anyways, we got a clip from them. So for those who don't know, Casa Bonita is a restaurant that is in Colorado. That's more, well, it's like a theme park with food, kind of, I guess. And there was a great South Park episode where Cartman's running from the cops in a Casa Bonita because he goes under false pretenses. And but we got a clip from them talking to the mayor of Colorado about
The
buying
mayor of Colorado, the governor.
the governor, whatever. You know, it's practically a town.
Yeah. Congratulations! Oh my gosh! Congratulations! Awesome! It's such a great day! It's such a wonderful day!
Like, how funny that they're just like up there with the governor, you know, like giving him hugs and shit. And they're responsible for like the raunchiest cartoon we have on TV. It's one of those funny, like, would you have ever thought the first, I assume G-Dubs, you were old enough to like remember the first couple seasons of South Park, right?
Well, here's the problem. Because we live in Vermont, the first couple of seasons didn't get aired because, or at least in my town, it didn't get aired because we didn't get Comedy Central.
Oh.
And it wasn't until like the 4th or 5th season that we actually got Comedy Central. But so fun story.
Yeah, fun stories.
I love fun stories too. So I was in high school band. I was a percussionist, and we went on a field trip. I heard about South Park because there was some people that had like satellites and got Comedy Central, but for those who had cable, we didn't get it.
Yep.
So I heard stories of how this fucking show was just amazing and funny and raunchy. And I went to Connecticut, and the kid that I was staying with had a bunch of them on videotape. So we watched a whole shitload of South Park, and it was the greatest thing ever. And it was the same trip that I got thrown into a jail cell.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. And the door shut behind me, and but that's another story altogether. But yeah.
I'm gonna say, and you peed a little. I understand, bro. I was
Oh, I definitely peed a little.
I cried like a little bitch the first time I was in a jail cell.
Oh yeah, it is not fun.
It wasn't even a jail cell, it was just a holding cell, and I was still crying. I was like, I'm such a nothing of a 23-year-old man. This is fucking embarrassing. I feel bad for this cop having to deal with me right now.
But South Park is such a great iconic show.
So culturally relevant constantly. Like there's never been a time where they're not just on top of it. Plus all the other things that these guys have done. I mean, I'm a huge fucking fan of like basketball is still my favorite, in my top 5 favorite movies. No joke. Like it's still a movie I could literally throw it in anytime, and I would watch it and I'd be like, yeah, like get high and watch basketball, and I feel happy like I'm a teenager again, and I have no worries for an hour and a half, and I'm just laughing to stupid comedy, and I love it.
Steve Perry. Should have been gone long before.
I thought we said no Journey psychouts. Sean comments and he says, my first jail experience was in Hawaii, and you would think it would be luxurious and beautiful. Quite the contrary. Oh God, no. I assume any jail, like that's the scariest part about being on an island, is I just assume that they're not, like they were probably built back in the 40s or 50s and then they just never maintained ever again. You know, like they built a jail when they formed a colony there. It's still the same one. And
I've
rusty.
heard a deal like a Tijuana prison.
Was there bamboo, Sean? That's a really good question. Was it reinforced bamboo, or was there actually steel bars? But no, super glad these. We're gonna get the rest of this clip real quick.
And Stone did caution the deal must go through bankruptcy.
This was a clip from Cartman.
South Park introduced Casa Bonita to the world.
Run around Casa Bonita, obviously. Trying not to use too much audio from it because I don't want to get like in trouble.
A little more than a little
Yeah,
better.
a little. Here you go. You know it's bad.
Yeah, I think it could be a little.
This
more
was the
than a
best
little
part.
The food could be a little better. You've probably heard that.
I think it could be a little more than a little better.
A little. Here you go.
You know it's bad
better.
when I took my daughter when she was 4 and she was like, oh, like
Yeah.
if a kid can't stomach it.
It was like survive the food, stay for the experience.
Yeah.
We'd love, maybe some growing in Colorado.
No. I mean, I
products.
think everyone knows the potential of what that place can be.
All I could think was how shitty must it have felt to like have created Casa Bonita, created this incredible experience, had a South Park episode that drove tons of traffic to it, tons of people went there and enjoyed it. You end up having to file bankruptcy, and then you got the governor and Trey Parker and Matt Stone talking shit about your food on the fucking news. Just rubbing it in your face. Like, oh yeah, like everybody knows about the food. The food sucks. They could do way better with the food. Like, dude, what a bitch slap that must have been, those poor people. That's all I could think when I saw that.
And Jason's late to the party.
Oh, he is. Oh, we got a couple comments in from Sean. Oh, Sean said, I literally told the police officer taking me to jail that he was going too fast. He pulled over to a quick stop and nearly threw me off at the top of the poly. I'm not sure what a poly is, but that doesn't sound good. Cops in Hawaii sound mean. At least they're not faking vaccine cards like they are in Vermont, though, right?
Exactly.
Jason Mercier said, don't drop the soap. Amen. He said the guys from South Park actually bought the restaurant. Yeah, they did. They bought Casa Bonita, and we're hoping that someday they open Integrity Farms, because that would be awesome. I want a little mustache on the bag, like the one that Stan's dad has. Randy. Yeah, Randy. And yeah, that'd be awesome. If you were going to have to say you identified with a South Park character, though, G-Dubs, who would it be?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Everyone says I look like Cartman, and I don't see it. Like, other than I'm fat. Like,
yeah, I think every fat guy looks like Cartman, though. But then again, all the South Park characters are round anyway, so they all, like, it's just Cartman's like the really big one. I'd like to think I'm a Kyle, but I'm not Jewish. I don't have red hair. My mom is not a big fat bitch, so that really doesn't. Although, who knows? G-Dubs might be Kyle.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a Kyle. I'm not gonna lie.
I suppose I could be a Stan, and Winnie. Beautiful assistant, stop sending me fucking private messages. Comment in the chats. I'll deal with it there. And Winnie, what? Jason says you're more like Kenny Foley.
That's cool, because I'm Mysterion. And Mysterion's the best character.
That's true. I like the Coon, though. I do like the Coon. I'm not going to lie.
I've never told this story.
This is even better. The beautiful assistant sent the wrong a private message to me on the show. It was the wrong person. She sent it to somebody else. Sorry for the distraction, everybody. Next, you'll see the beautiful Tiger who will be on the show. She'll be. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to derail that one.
No. It's fine. Because I'm kind of derailing it as well. But so.
Or Big Gay L of either of you guys. Most likely Collen.
The line is gay. Roar. So speaking of the Coon, so back when I lived in Minnesota, I was talking to a janitor who cleaned up the bank that I was working at, and it was in a town called Coon Rapids. And Coon Rapids mascot for high school was the Cardinal.
Okay.
So they were the Coon Rapid Cardinals. And I was like, why don't you be the Raccoons? Wouldn't that make more sense? Like Coon Rapid Raccoons? And he looked at me straight faced and said, we're trying to get the Coons out of Coon Rapids. I was like, oh my God. I'm so telling this story to anyone who listened to it.
That's so good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you're allowed to say that. Who cares?
Um,
The trick is you just got to distance yourself enough from the comment. You're fine.
yeah, I didn't say it.
No, that guy said it.
Yeah.
We're going to move right into the final one, though.
Really?
I mean, unless you want to continue. Have you got anything else to lay down?
Oh, no. I thought we had like a shit ton more.
No, we went through It's Time to Get a Job. We covered the state troopers. We covered the return to normalcy with the college kids and the staffers hating their president. Because that's, I didn't even think about that when I thought about it initially, but staffers hating their president, like that's, at least that's going to go on for a solid 8 years. You know what I mean? Like, like Obama will be like the last president that the staffers actually admired. And then from here on out, it's going to be, okay, that's a good tradition. We can keep going. Anyways, then we covered the South Park thing, but finally we got to talk about Joe Rogan, the man, the myth, the legend, the comic phenom. Joe Rogan ponders suing CNN. You've got the resources, Joe. Fucking do it, please. Like, please. You've got a good case right now, and you've got the resources. And please, Joe, you're the man. Just fucking do it. I know that all the VCO energy that I can send to you, and all the comedy club energy from Vermont that I could send to you, like won't reach you because you're the fucking a star on the top of a mountain somewhere. But please, God damn it, Joe Rogan, please fucking sue CNN. It would be so great to see somebody with some resources other than Project Veritas fight for truth. And yeah, we're going to talk about Joe Rogan possibly suing CNN. They said this is from USA Today. So, might be a little biased against Joe, but we'll get through it. So Joe Rogan questions media coverage of his COVID treatment, asking, do I have to sue CNN?
Yes, you do.
I agree. Popular podcaster and UFC commentator Joe Rogan is questioning media coverage, specifically from CNN, surrounding how he was treating his COVID-19 diagnosis. On his most recent episode, before I get into that, for those who didn't know, Joe Rogan was diagnosed with COVID 5 days ago or something. He came out on a live stream on one of the platforms saying that he got a huge cocktail of different drugs, including ivermectin and a Z-Pack and anti-clonal antibodies and basically the whole gamut. Like he got
anything you could get, he got
the superstar treatment, because when you have a drug coach like Joe Rogan may or may not have, you have access to these things. But basically, so he came out and said that the media started smearing him, saying, I think one of them went as far to say that Joe Rogan went to Tractor Supply and picked himself up some horse paste and ate some apple flavored horse dewormer, because that's what a millionaire who signed $100 million contract would do, because he's he just wants to accidentally kill himself. That's totally what Joe Rogan would be doing in his spare time. Anyway, so after that media backlash, here we are. On his most recent episode of Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan and his guest Tom Segura added the media coverage after Segura referred to the host as Horseworm Rogan, which no matter how you see this story, I think Horseworm Rogan's a fucking great nickname for him.
That would be a great t-shirt.
Alluding to the fact that Joe Rogan said he used the deworming medicine ivermectin to treat his illness. Bro, do I have to sue CNN? Rogan responded. They're making shit up. They keep saying I'm taking horse dewormer. I literally got it from a doctor. It's an American company. They won a Nobel Prize in 2015 for the use in human beings, and CNN says I'm taking horse dewormer. They must know it's a lie, which is a very good point. He then added that the media coverage is, quote, trying to make it look like I'm doing some wacky shit that's completely ineffective. CNN was saying I'm a distributor of misinformation, Rogan said. Last week, Rogan announced he tested positive for the virus. The 54-year-old said he threw the kitchen sink at treating his sickness. He said after testing positive, he took ivermectin, huge amounts of vitamin C, had numerous IV drips, and took monoclonal antibodies. I just said anal bodies. For those fact checkers out there, I don't think they're called anal bodies, but they should be, because that's really funny. Monoclonal antibodies, yeah, I'm going to use that from here on out, have been proven to work, but ivermectin used to treat parasitic worms is yet to be proven to treat COVID-19, which I think is the part that I need to say to keep YouTube and Facebook happy. So you're welcome. Anyways, multiple health organizations, including the FDA, have urged people not to take it, as multiple reports have shown people have been treated or hospitalized after self-medicating with ivermectin intended for horses, which is likely when you take things you're not supposed to. Rogan said a doctor had prescribed him the ivermectin. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Rogan, who is not vaccinated against COVID-19, has been critical of safety measures against the virus on his podcast, which is one of the most popular podcasts on Spotify. He said he is not quote, an anti-vax person, but has voiced his disapproval of requiring the vaccine, which I think due to the most recent update, that if you're anti-mandate, you're an anti-vaxxer. I don't know how that works. Later in the podcast, he brought up how many people who take medical treatments other than the vaccine to protect themselves against the virus are made to look crazy, yet he feels he recovered quickly using those treatments. He added he was glad he got the virus because it was a nice, legit, solid excuse where I don't have to do anything. Wait. He added he was glad he got the virus because it was, quote, a nice, legit, solid excuse where I don't have to do anything. So basically, Joe Rogan was soaked that he got COVID-19 because he got to take some time off. What's crazy is look at how better I got. I got better really quick, Rogan said. Yeah, apparently he recovered in like a couple days.
Yeah.
Like he tested negative like 3 days after he tested positive while feeling like shit. And, it's, I think he has a good case. I'm pretty sure that what they said on CNN was that one of them actually like alleged he went to Tractor Supply and got horse dewormer. And I'm like, yeah, I would sue the piss right out of CNN if I was him. Like, especially a bold lie like that. You know, it's not just like a little lie. It's like, no. Joe Rogan was taking medication like.
Well, it's the same thing with the Covington kid, where he sued the Washington Post for misinformation, and it's not going to change anything. Worst comes to worst, they settle out of the court and be like, "Oh, my bad. Here, have 50 grand."
Although to be honest, the kid that sued CNN is set for life. I mean, like Nick Salmon made like I forget like hundreds of millions of dollars off that one after he paid his lawyer up. All because CNN decided to run a false story about him. Nuts. Yeah, I hope they run a false story about us, GW, and I hope we can get some GoFundMe money to sue them bastards.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would love to retire me on some. Yeah, come on, bring it on, CNN. Let's do it. Let's link us to somebody.
What do you guys say, CNN?
That's right.
We're here. We're listening.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Bring it. But that's pretty much what we got on this one. Sorry, Collen didn't. Collen was supposed to report in live tonight. For those who were wondering where he was supposed to be at the U.S. Open quarterfinals. He was going to report in live. Let us know how people are swinging rackets and hitting balls. But unfortunately, he wasn't here. I think Mike got back to me. Although late, I told him he could hop in, and then he didn't respond. So just us. Next week, we'll be on with Matt Ferguson. That should be entertaining. I love that gentleman. It'll be really fun to have him on again. You remember Matt G-Dubs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got a pretty packed lineup. The next couple, actually pull up the schedule, read off a couple. We got a fucking packed schedule coming up. Next week, Matt Ferguson, then Ryan Kenyon, then Chris Hayes, then Will Purpura, then Mike Gray, Matt Vita, and finally, Candace Everqueer will be back on for our Halloween special this year. I don't know if we'll be celebrating Halloween outside, but we'll be celebrating here on the Drunken Under Quarantine show on a Wednesday evening before Halloween. So I hope you choose to hop in. I remember last year it was right before election season. I went as a Boogaloo boy. GW went as Fred Durst. Who knows what will be this year? We might be lazy and do the same things.
I was thinking about it.
I was like, I might put on the pig mask, and I was like, I don't know if I can talk through that with the microphone. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
Well, the only problem with me doing Fred Durst now is I'm gonna have to get like a wig and like shave my like mustache into like a handlebar, and
yeah, you're gonna have to look like you're 10 years younger than you were in the 90s. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
that's gonna be weird. You have to work on your dad bod.
Well, I got a super dad bod, so
yeah, dog dad bod, which means I don't have to run after kids, so I'm even chubbier. I got that cat dad bod. Anyways, cheers, G-Dubs. Thanks for being on, my friend.
Yeah, dude. I loved tonight. Tonight was a great show.
Thank you. It was really fun. Thank you for all who joined us, especially all the new viewers. Sean Henry, T Young Reacts. Thank you guys. That's cool. Jason, thanks for being here. Beautiful assistant. Thank you. Please don't message me other people's messages during the middle of the show. I love you. That was my cute moment for the evening. G-Dubs, you got anything to say before we get on out of here, my friend?
Foley Kills the Podcast, only on GW Foley at YouTube. I wish there was a way I could change my YouTube name.
Yeah, I can now. You have to wait until you get to like a certain amount of views and subscribers or something. I can't remember. I can, but it's weird, and I'm not sure if I want to commit to one because I can't customize it. And on YouTube, I'm not at Hickory TDAU. I'm Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming because they don't have an @ thing on YouTube. The issue is that if I want to do the full one, I can't like shorten it to youtube.com/Hickory TDAU. It has to be like .com/Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming, which is weird because the ampersand, it takes it out. So it would just be Hickory the Drunk Underwhelming. And that would be weird to say. And so I'm torn. I don't know if I custom URL it on YouTube or not. Either way, you can go to Hickory Magic and link it directly to me, hickorymagic.com, and link directly to me that way. I should probably put up GW's links on the site too, so we just have a nice little spot for the Drunken Under Quarantine show up there. But I keep forgetting to work on the website because I'm working on setting up the studio. So hopefully in a couple weeks we'll be fully set up here and we can start upping our game. Lots of stuff to come on the YouTube channel. We're up to 209 subscribers. Thank you for anybody who's joined me on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying reactions, reviews, and gameplay. And I'm trying to keep it rolling as we build out the studio. GW, when is the Thunderdome coming back from Jason?
I don't know. I'm not the booker.
Yeah.
At some point.
But I thought about that earlier too. I meant to introduce you as still the longest rating Thunderdome champion ever.
Hey, guess what? We can do it next week.
Yes, I will try to remember. I got to write
probably
notes.
The week after that.
That's right. It'll be a while. Who knows? Quarantine comes again. We might be running this out till next year.
Yeah.
How long have you been Thunderdome champion now?
I was actually thinking about that earlier today. It has been over 18 months, I want to say.
Oh, shit.
Because it was March of 2020 that I won.
Oh, yeah. So, yep. Nobody will ever top that, that's for sure. I don't think anybody will ever reign that long.
Nope.
I tried. Correction. My Muggle form tried. I might have to go back and stick with the Drunken Underwhelming and fuck some shit up while I'm there. We'll see. I'll bring out the wand, start spanking bitches with it. It's gonna be great.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave the Muggle form behind. Let's see if the magic does it. Anyways, that's all I got on this one. Please follow GW Foley at Foley Kills. Hickory at find him GW Foley at Foley Kills the podcast on YouTube. It comes out Monday mornings.
Yeah, around 10-ish.
Okay, around 10-ish. Also, I was just thinking, check out Kevin McTaggart, the McTaggart Attack podcast. What's pissing you off Wednesday on Wednesday mornings? It's a nice I like to listen to it and this is going to sound weird, but while I'm in the shower and brushing my teeth and getting ready in the morning, Kevin's podcast comes out on YouTube at about 5 a.m. So about 5:30, I'm up and getting ready. And it's nice to hear what other people have to bitch about as opposed to just hearing what we like to bitch about on our show. So Kevin, we appreciate you. And we're looking forward to having you back on as soon as golf is over.
Love you, buddy.
Wednesday night's golf night. And also John Spohr, we wish you the best, my friend. He's training tonight, and he's not able to make it on because they're actually doing in-person trainings for wrestling over in New York right now, Wednesday nights from 6 to 9, which is pretty cool. So, John, we miss you too, and we wish you the best. And hopefully these gentlemen will be back with us soon. But next week, Matt Ferguson, G-Dubs, thank you. I have, of course, Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming. This has been the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, episode 19 of season 2. Presented to you by the Woolen Comedy Club, starring Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming, GW Foley, sometimes Collen Doyle, and a special guest, and there'll be a lot of them coming up. but I was slacking because I moved, and yeah, shit happens. Anyways, we will see you next week with Matt Ferguson. Thank you for joining us, and I am Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming, imploring you all to stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming. Most importantly, in trying times, try to stay sane, and don't kill your neighbor. Even if we go into another quarantine, it's not his fault. It's the government. Cheers.
And so I didn't get to take my pants off.